We will now begin Rugby World Cup 2019 Japan match schedule announcement event. I, Sota Takei, will be the moderator for today, along with Serena Sugiyama. Finally, this day has come. We will now be announcing when and where the 48 matches are going to take place, and more importantly, who will be playing against Japan. On this day, November 2nd, 2 years later, it is when the final match will be played. In 2 years, who will be holding this Ellis Cup? Yes, it has already been 2 years since the last World Cup, and which means it's only 2 more years to go until the World Cup in Japan. First, we'll have few words from Fujio Mitarai, Chairman of the Rugby World Cup 2019 Organizing Committee. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Fujio Mitarai, Chairman of the Rugby World Cup 2019 Organizing Committee. Chairman of World Rugby, Mr. Bill Beaumont, President of the Japan Rugby Football Union, Mr. Tadashi Okamura, and everyone in this room, I deeply appreciate to have many persons concerned here with us today. I would like to speak a little bit on behalf of the hosts. On this day, 2 years later, the final match to determine the champions of the Rugby World Cup 2019 will be played. We chose this particular date to announce to rugby fans and sport enthusiasts around the world the long-awaited fixtures and venues for the World Cup to be held in Japan. Starting on 20th of September 2019, for the period of 44 days at 12 host cities, there'll be exciting and heated matches, 48 in total. And today, we are announcing the tournament chart, dates, and venues. And with this announcement today, our preparation for one of the 3 largest sports events in Japan, or in the world, will accelerate with these fixtures in mind. In some of the host cities, such as Kamaishi, which is a symbol of recovery, we can hear the hammering sound while they are making adjustments and maintenance to provide the best environment possible to stage these great matches. Furthermore, with a mind of omotenashi, all the local citizens are working towards operation and to welcome everybody from the world. And each and every citizens, local governments, local rugby football associations, and economic quarters are working together to prepare for this day. As a member of the business community, I can say that moving toward the tournament and in proceeding preparations to welcome the teams at their team camps, we place big hopes to contribute to enhance the local economy. Also, even before the start of the World Cup, In the course of preparations, I believe there will be international exchanges at the grassroots level in various regions. We will be transmitting the significance of contributing to world peace, not only to other Asian countries, but also to the world, and pass on that intention to Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2020, as well as to World Masters Games in 2021, and to move forward. The Rugby World Cup 2019, Japan will be the first World Cup to be held in the Asian region. We want to be able to spread through Asia into the world all the values that is part of the sport. And we want to turn a new page or chapter in the history of Rugby World Cup and to spread the excitement and sympathy to the world and to create bonds with our friends and partners. At this very moment, there should be many rugby fans and sports enthusiasts holding their breath, perhaps in front of the television, for the announcements of these fixtures. And to those people, please, I want to welcome them to come to visit Japan and to experience the World Cup in person and to share the excitement. And for this, we will later be providing some information on tickets. So please stay with us to learn about this information. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for people concerned for their support and cooperation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman Mitarai. And now we will hear from Tadashi Okamura, President of the Japan Rugby Football Union. I would like to say a few words on behalf of the Japan Rugby Football Union. With the presence of World Rugby Chairman Mr. Bill Beaumont and many of those who represent the sport of rugby from around the world. We are here today for the Rugby World Cup 2019 Japan match schedule announcement ceremony. It is a great honor as the hosting nation. I'm grateful for those who traveled to be with us here today. And those who have traveled far to be with us here today, and those who are watching the public viewing, I'd like to extend my gratitude. Since the day in 2011, when Japan was selected to host the Rugby World Cup 2019, the Japan Rugby Football Union, with cooperation, supervision, and support from the organizing committee, World Rugby, and many stakeholders, we have been making efforts to provide the environment at host cities and team camps. With 2 more years to go, we're making and accelerating our progress based on detailed plans to ensure satisfaction from everybody. I believe that the mission of the Rugby World Cup is to give courage to people and nurturing of human resources to contribute to the development of society through the great sport of rugby. Asia, which accounts for 60% of the world's population and about 80% of juvenile population, to hold a World Cup in such region is significant and great occasion for not only Japan, but also for the whole Asian regions to popularize and develop the sports to the world level. I feel the significance of holding this match in Japan. Each match to be announced today will be held during the period of 44 days starting 20th of September 2019 at 12 different host cities in Japan. In each of these host cities, they are very excited to know which teams will be visiting their host cities. And these host cities is preparing to welcome all stakeholders and fans to the stadium, also to enjoy some local colors. We hope that many people will visit Japan and have a chance to be exposed to our culture. And at camps and stadiums, that there will be a wave of international exchange and to leave a lasting legacy to the world. With my desire of this, I shall close my speech. Thank you very much. Now we have a few words from Mr. Bill Moman, Chairman of World Rugby. Konnichiwa.
Welcome to Tokyo for this special milestone on the road to Rugby World Cup 2019 in Japan, the announcement of the match schedule and ticketing programme. This is the day that the teams and fans around the world have been waiting for since the pool draw, the moment that the tournament truly comes alive, the moment when they can start to plan for Asia's first Rugby World Cup. Today, we will explain where and when the 20 participating teams will be playing, and importantly, how the fans can purchase tickets. From the outset, it has been our mission to make this a tournament that has the teams and fans at heart. And we believe that we have achieved that mission with a match schedule that is balanced for the teams, optimising rest periods, minimising travel and delivering excellent match venues. We also believe that it's the most accessible tournament with a nationwide spread of matches that will generate a celebration of rugby and friendship from Sapporo in the north to Kumamoto in the south. Every host city will play its part and everyone is welcome. Our ambition is also reflected in an attractive ticketing programme, the most accessible in modern Rugby World Cup history, providing 1.8 million opportunities for fans to experience one of the world's biggest and best-loved sporting events. That experience will extend to participation, and we are already well advanced with our Impact Beyond programme, which aims to ensure that Japan 2019 delivers an enduring legacy by attracting and retaining 1 million young players across Japan and Asia. None of this will be possible without partnership, and I would like to thank the Japan government, the host cities, the prefectures, the Japan Rugby Union and Japan Rugby 2019 Organising Committee for their dedication to delivering a very special and groundbreaking Japan 2019 tournament. Arigato.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beaumont. ボーモント会長ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。それでは
So after this video, we'll move on to the announcement of fixtures for Rugby World Cup 2019 Japan.
一生に一度だ。
それではここからこのお二人にもご登場いただきます。
Now we'd like to welcome
よろしくお願いいたします。
Murakami-san and Yano-san to the stage. I'm the rugby journalist, Koichi Murakami.
Good afternoon. My name is Takeshi Yano, and I will be helping her with the emceeing of this event today. So we have some people who are joining us on stage today. So let me introduce to you the members that we have welcomed here. We have from the Rugby World Cup 2019 ambassadors. And we also have the Rugby World Cup 2019 Dream supporters. And we also have special guests, a former representative from Australia, Mr. Ian Williams, and from Wales, Shane Williams. We also have Ayumi Goroma, as well as Kensuke Hatakayama from Japan. So let's have a round of applause for all of our guests today. And so let us show you some footage from the pool draw that was held in May this year at the Kyoto State Guest House.
Good evening, Suga. Thank you very much indeed. We are obviously excited and delighted to be your host for this greatly anticipated Rugby World Cup 2019 pool draw.
And welcome to Rugby World Cup 2019 full draw in the beautiful city of Kyoto.
ラグビーの魅力を広めていきたいと考えています。
This is Pool A, World Cup 2019. Once again to confirm, Japan will be in Pool A. Certainly it'll be very interesting to see who they then
Playoff winner.
Argentina.
Ireland.
Ireland out first, and they will take their place in Pool A.
New Zealand.
Ooh. The holders New Zealand take their place in Pool B.
England.
England out third, who will join Pool C.
And Australia.
And Australia out last will take their place in Pool D. So that obviously completes the draw for band one. Let's take a few moments to draw it. Thank you very much indeed.
So that was an event, that was a draw, that was a very tense, very fitting of an international big event. And so we can't just wait for the announcement of the match schedule. Let us then review the draw that we had seen for each of the pools. And so there are some teams which have not been selected yet because they are still going through the preliminary rounds. And so if you will take a look at this pool draw, Japan is in the Pool A. Some people might have thought that that was not a bad idea, but we believe that we are going to be fighting against Ireland or Scotland, which are top-placing teams. And New Zealand and South Africa we found to be in the same pool. So Pool B is going to be another very tough pool. And Pool C, we don't know what's going to happen because it has England, France, and Argentina, all very strong teams. And so Lee Jones, the team captain from England, has said that they are sure that they are going to be able to win in this Pool C. And then we have Pool D. Australia and Wales are known to be very strong teams, but of course Georgia is coming up, and Fiji is a team that could always voice caused some tremors. So it is going to be in just a few minutes that we will see what the matches are going to be like. And so we have many guests who will be helping us in making the announcement today. And so thank you very much for waiting. Now we will be making the announcement for Rugby World Cup 2019 Japan. We'll be announcing the schedule. And the World Cup will be held in 12 different venues. And so we will then like to announce the first match, the opening match on September 20th, as well as the first matches at each of the venues. So let us make that announcement.
The opening match on Friday, September 20th, 2019, Tokyo, at Tokyo Stadium in the evening. The opening match is kicking off at 7:45 in the evening. Pool A, Japan versus Europe 1. So, Mr. Murakami, so this is the opening match with Japan and Europe 1. We see Romania as a favorite. We believe Romania will be they have a very strong forward and a very strong scrum. And Japan has had a hard time contending against them, so we need to be very careful. But we need to win this very first match. So Europe 1 will be decided by March 2018. But there is an opening ceremony too on this day, so I think it's an occasion where a lot of people will be looking forward to. And we hope that Japan will do a great match because it will affect a lot to the success of the World Cup itself. So it'll be at the Tokyo Stadium on Friday, September 20th. Then we want to be first matches at each of the venues. Sapporo Dome. Saturday, September 21st, kicking off at 1:45 in the afternoon. Pool D, Australia versus Fiji. Iwate Kamaishi Recovery Stadium. Wednesday, September 25th, kicking off at 2:15 in the afternoon. Pool D, Fiji versus Americas 2. Saitama Kugayama Rugby Stadium. Tuesday, September 24th, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening. Pool A, Europe 1 versus Europe Oceania Playoff Winner 1. Kanagawa, Yokohama. International Stadium, Yokohama. Saturday, September 21st, kicking off at 6:45 in the evening. Pool B, New Zealand versus South Africa. Shizuoka Stadium, Ekopa. Saturday, September 28th, kicking off at 4:15 in the afternoon. Pool A, Japan versus Ireland. Aichi Toyota, City of Toyota Stadium. Monday, September 23rd, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening. Pool D, Wales versus Georgia. Osaka, Higashi Osaka. Hanazono Rugby Stadium. Sunday, September 22nd, kicking off at 2:15 in the afternoon. Pool B, Italy versus Africa 1. Kobe, Kobe Misaki Stadium. Thursday, September 26th, kicking off at 7:45 at night. Pool C, England versus America. Fukuoka, Fukuoka Hakata-no-Mori Stadium. Thursday, September 26th, kicking off at 4:45 in the afternoon. Pool B, Italy versus repechage winner. Kumamoto, Kumamoto Stadium. Sunday, October 6th, kicking off at 4:45 in the afternoon. Pool C, France versus Tonga. Oita, Oita Stadium. Wednesday, October 2nd, kicking off at 7:15 in the night. Pool B, New Zealand versus repechage winner. So these are the first matches at each of the stadiums. So Mr. Murakami, of course Japan match, but otherwise, which one do you have on your mind now? Well, New Zealand, South Africa, perhaps we're looking forward to what kind of fixture it will be between these teams. And it'll be a very, I think everybody, the day after the opening match, everybody will be looking forward to this match. And I think you're already planning on buying the ticket, but in 2015 World Cup, these two, New Zealand and South Africa, contended 20-18. And it's sure to be an exciting match. Of course, there's a Japan match too, but in Sapporo Dome, Australia versus Fiji. Fiji will make a major upset, so we should be really watching how they do. All right. So I think the whole of Japan will be excited with all of these matches in 2019. So which fixture, which matches in which venue will be most exciting? Now, after a short video, we'll introduce the matches by
4年に一度じゃない、一生に一度だ。
さあ、それではここからは
So now we will be looking at the remaining matches for each of the pools. Pool D. So these are the matches which are planned, as you can see. So please look at this now. So we have just shown you all the teams who are going to be in Pool D. And we have some guests to make the announcement. And dream supporter for Rugby World Cup 2019 and former member of the Japanese soccer team, Mr. Yasaro Matsuki, another Rugby World Cup 2019 dream support, a former Japanese member of the judo team and gold medalist at Athens and Peking Olympics, Miss Ayumi Tanimoto. Mr. Matsuki, Ms. Tanimoto, good afternoon. And so may I ask the two of you to make the announcement for Pool D. So let me now announce the schedule. On Sunday, September 29th, kicking off at 2:15 in the afternoon at the Kumagaya Rugby Stadium, Georgia versus Americas 2. On Sunday, September 29th, kicking off at 4:45 in the afternoon at Tokyo Stadium, Australia versus Wales. On Thursday, October 3rd, kicking off at 2:15 in the afternoon, Osaka Higashi Osaka, Hanazono Rugby Stadium, Georgia versus Fiji. Saturday, October 5th, kicking off at 2:15 in the afternoon, Oita Stadium, Australia versus Americas 2. Wednesday, October 9th, kicking off at 6:45 in the evening in Oita at Oita Stadium, Wales versus Fiji. Friday, October 11th, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening at Shizuoka Stadium, Kopa, Australia versus Georgia. Sunday, October 13th, kicking off at 5:15 in the evening at Kumamoto Stadium, Wales versus Americas 2. So now we have the schedules for Pool D. As you can see here, Mr. Matsuki would like to comment that the match between Australia and Wales, that's going to be a big match. It will be like Germany against Brazil in soccer. Sorry, I can't say that for a Japanese team. So Mr. Matsuki and Ms. Tanimoto, thank you very much for taking part in the announcement. So, Mr. Murakami, if you were to focus on one match in Pool D, which one would it be? Or Mr. Matsuki also already mentioned this, that will be Australia versus Wales. But maybe another match will be Wales versus Fiji, because in 2015 that was a very close match. And so we don't know how that is going to evolve. Thank you very much. We just had the announcement of Pool D.
And we'll move on to Pool C. We have already announced these matches for Pool C. So please pay attention to this video first. So these are the teams playing in the Pool C. So please, we'd like to welcome Rugby World Cup 2019 ambassador, played 43 tests on Japan national team, participated in 4 World Cups in the past, Tsutomu Matsuda, and Rugby World Cup 2009 dream supporter, former Formula One driver, Satoru Nakajima. Please welcome them with big hands. Hello, Mr. Matsuda and Mr. Nakajima. So please make the announcement for us. Yes. So these are the fixtures for Pool C teams. Saturday, September 21st, kicking off at 4:15 in the afternoon, Tokyo Stadium in Tokyo, France versus Argentina. Sunday, September 22nd, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening, Sapporo Dome, England versus Tonga. Saturday, September 28th, kicking off at 1:45 in the afternoon, Osaka Higashi Osaka, Hanazono Rugby Stadium, Argentina versus Tonga. Wednesday, October 2nd, kicking off at 4:45 in the afternoon in Fukuoka, Hakata no Mori Stadium, France versus America. Saturday, October 5th, kicking off at 5 in the evening, Tokyo Stadium, England versus Argentina. Wednesday, October 9th, kicking off at 1:45 in the afternoon, Saitama Kumagaya Stadium, Argentina versus America. Saturday, October 12th, kicking off at 5:15 in the afternoon, Kanagawa Yokohama International Stadium, Yokohama, England versus France. Sunday, October 13th, kicking off at 2:45 in the afternoon, Osaka Higashi Osaka, Hanazono Rugby Stadium, America versus Tonga. So these are the fixtures for Pool C. Mr. Mazda, any comments? Yes, we spoke earlier that England, France, Argentina, the 3 powerful countries will be a very difficult pool to be playing in. Thank you very much, Mr. Matsuda and Mr. Nakajima. So, Mr. Murakami, so what is the one highlight of Pool C if you were to choose one? Well, I cannot really choose one, but England versus France. This is a very traditional match in Europe, but these 2 teams playing in Japan itself is a very special moment. And England is 2nd in world ranking, and France is 8th in the world ranking, but their rivalry is forever going on. So maybe France versus Argentina. That's another one too. They were the opening match in the 2017 World Cup, so this is going to be a very heated match as well. So a lot to see in Pool C as well. So that was the fixtures, dates for Pool C matches.
We are going to follow this with the announcement of Pool B. Now, we already have decided on these matches for Pool B. So please direct your attention to the screen. We have just shown you the teams who are part of Pool B. We have the announcements made by these two people. Rugby World Cup 2019 ambassador and a Japan team cap, 43-time Japan team cap. And he has been part of 3 World Cup tournaments, Mr. Yoshihiko Sakuraba, and her dream supporter for Rugby World Cup 2019, and also a bronze medalist at the Barcelona Olympic Games in volleyball, a former member of the American volleyball team, Ms. Yoko Zetterland. Mr. Sakuraba, Ms. Yoko, will you please make the announcement? So these are the schedules for Pool B. Saturday, September 28th, kicking off at 6:45 p.m. at Aichi Toyota, City of Toyota Stadium, South Africa versus Africa 1. On Friday, October 4th, kicking off at 6:45 in the evening, Shizuoka, Ogasayama, Shizuoka Stadium, Ekopa, South Africa versus Italy. Sunday, October 6th, kicking off at 1:45 in the afternoon, Tokyo, Tokyo Stadium, New Zealand versus Africa 1. Tuesday, October 8th, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening, Kobe, Kobe Misaki Stadium, South Africa versus repechage winner. Saturday, October 12th, kicking off at 1:45, Aichi Toyota, City of Toyota Stadium, New Zealand versus Italy. Sunday, October 13th, kicking off at 12:15 in the afternoon, Iwate Kamaishi Recovery Memory Stadium, Africa 1 versus repechage winner. So we now have all of the schedules for Pool B. Mr. Sakuraba. So we see Fiji who will be coming to Kamaishi. And so we have these games from Pool B and Pool C, and it's going to be very exciting to be able to see that Fijian magic in Kamaishi. Thank you, Mr. Sakuraba and Ms. Yoko Zetterland, for the announcement. Well, Mr. Murakami, if you were to focus on one match in Pool B, which one would it be? Well, I guess it will be New Zealand versus South Africa, of course. But there's going to be a match between South Africa and Italy at the Ekopa Stadium because Italy is one of the 6 nations, and I believe that they are going to be playing a very interesting match against South Africa. And so we now have the schedule for Pool B.
So now we move on to Pool A fixtures, where Japan national team belongs to. These matches are already being announced earlier. Now please direct your attention to this video. So these are the teams in Pool A. So now we like to announce the fixtures. Please welcome Rugby World Cup 2019 ambassador, played 47 tests on Japan national team, participated in 3 Rugby World Cups, Mr. Terunori Masuho, and Rugby World Cup 2019 dream supporter, former Japan national team hammer thrower, at the Olympics gold medalist, Mr. Koji Murofushi. Please welcome them with big hands. So Mr. Masuho, Mr. Murofushi, so we'll know which about the fixtures for Japan national team. Yes, I'm very honored to be able to announce this. So please go ahead with your announcements. So these are the matches for Pool A teams. Sunday, September 22nd, kicking off at 4:45 in Kanagawa, Yokohama, at International Stadium, Yokohama, Ireland versus Scotland. Monday, September 30th, kicking off at 7:15 in the night, Kobe Misaki Stadium, Scotland versus Europe Oceania Playoff 1. Thursday, October 3rd, kicking off at 7:15 at night in Kobe, at Kobe Misaki Stadium, Ireland versus Europe 1. Saturday, October 5th, kicking off at 7:30 in the night, Aichi Toyota at Toyota Stadium, Japan versus Europe Oceania Playoff 1. Wednesday, October 9th, kicking off at 4:15 in the afternoon in Shizuoka at Shizuoka Stadium Ekopa. Scotland versus Europe 1. Saturday, October 12th, kicking off at 7:45 in the night in Fukuoka at Fukuoka Hakatanomori Stadium, Ireland versus Europe Oceania Playoff 1. Sunday, October 13th, kicking off at 7:45 at night in Kanagawa, Yokohama, at International Stadium, Yokohama, Japan versus Scotland. So these are the Pool A matches. So how do you see these fixtures? Toyota, I'm very familiar with that area, so I'm glad that Japan match will be played there. Yes, it's going to be tough matches all the way, but we hope there are lots of supporters to support the teams, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you very much, Mr. Masuho and Mr. Murofushi. So this is the Pool A fixture. Japan will be playing in Tokyo, Shizuoka, Toyota, and Yokohama. Wow, this is very exciting. Mr. Murakami, Mr. Yano, how do you look at this? Well, and Japan national team were playing with a very tight schedule, but this time I think they have a little bit more relaxed schedule. There is about 7 days in between the matches, and I think I really want the Japan team to take advantage of this schedule. And in Yokohama, there's an Ireland and Scotland match after a New Zealand match, and this can be just the consecutive great matches played in that stadium. So maybe in front of the monitor or the television monitor, I think a lot of people are going saying, yes, this is it. Looking forward to these matches. Ireland, Scotland, these are the two teams, the strong teams that Japan needs to try hard to fight with. And there's a Europe Oceania playoff, there's Ireland, and so at the final Scotland match, we're hoping that we know the result. Japan will be moving up in the tournament to the knockout stage, but if this was the match to consider that, it's going to be a very, very heated match. So October 13th, the Scotland match will be a very, very important match for Japan. And we'll have a special guest to talk about these pools, so please stay with us. So these are the fixtures for the pools.
So, Ms. Sugiyama, now we just have the knockout matches to be announced. So, the team which does come to the summit of these matches, they'll be able to receive this LS Cup. So now I would like to announce the four quarterfinal matches. Saturday, October 19th, kicking off at 4:15 in the afternoon. First place, Pool C, and second place, Pool D at Oita Stadium. On Saturday, October 19th, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening. First place, Pool B, and second place, Pool A in Tokyo Stadium. Sunday, October 20th, kicking off at 4:15 in the afternoon. First place, Pool D versus second place, Pool C in Oita Stadium. Sunday, October 20th, kicking off at 7:15 in the evening. First place, Pool A versus second place, Pool B in Tokyo at Tokyo Stadium. Now, continuing on with the two semifinal matches. Saturday, October 26th, kicking off at 5 p.m. The winner of the first quarterfinal versus the winner of the second quarterfinal in Yokohama at International Stadium, Yokohama. Sunday, October 27th, kicking off at 6 p.m. Winner of quarterfinal 3 versus winner of quarterfinal 4, Kanagawa, Yokohama at International Stadium, Yokohama. And for the bronze final, Friday, November 1st, kicking off at 6 in the evening, Tokyo Stadium. And the remaining match, the final match, Saturday, November 2nd, kicking off at 6 in the evening, Kanagawa, Yokohama, International Stadium, Yokohama. So now we have the details of the knockout matches. And so today, 2 years from today, we are going to be able to see the best matches in the world. And so that is very exciting for us.
So we'd like to welcome back the special guest and talk about these these matches. So Mr. Yano. So let's welcome these special guests with very big hands. First, former Australian national team player Ian Williams. And a former Wales national team player Shane Williams. And great heroes of the last World Cup, Ayumu Goromaru and Kensuke Hatakeyama. Please give them a big round of applause. So I would like to ask everyone, each of these special guests about the excitement of World Cup. First, he was a swift winger of Australian team, and in Japan he played for Kobe Steel, and I think a lot of fans will still remember that try that turned around the game against as a player of Kobe Steel. So we'd like to ask Ian Williams for his comments on these matches. 20 years ago, I came to Japan, and I never thought that World Cup can ever happen in Japan. So I'm very much looking forward to the World Cup in 2 years. Not only for Japanese rugby fans, but we want to surprise the whole Japanese population. Thank you very much. Ian has a certified second grade Japanese certification and 87 caps. In the World Cup 2011 in New Zealand, he contributed to advance to the quarterfinals. He played in 3 World Cups, and he also played in Japan as well, and he was selected as a world's best player. Rocket, rocket, Shane Williams. Hello, nice to meet you all.
Thank you very much for having me today. It's great to be back in Japan. I had 3 wonderful years of playing rugby, and I'm really excited for the World Cup, and I wish Japan all the best.
このように日本にまた戻ってこれて大変嬉しく思っています。そしてまたラグビーワールドカップが日本にやってくるということで非常に楽しみにしています。また皆さんのファンの方も喜んでいただけたらと思います。
Big hands, everybody. Thank you. And in Rugby World Cup 2015 in England, we have the fullback that Japan could not do without. After the win against South Africa, we need another miracle. So we'll have Goromaru. Hello, everybody. I am Ayumi Goromaru. So lots of teams will be preparing now that they know who they're fighting against and their dates they are having the matches. This is a great chance to really prove to the world, and let's welcome all these teams from outside of Japan with a great welcome. And we have a Rugby World Cup 2011-2015 player on a national Japan team, and he is also writing a book, I heard. We have a cornerstone, top prop, Kensuke Hatakeyama. Hello, everybody. I'm Kensuke Hatakeyama. A Rugby World Cup is not only for players, but for all fans of rugby in the world. Is a great day. I'm wearing a suit today, but in 2 years, I hope to be wearing the uniform to play for the Japanese team. So here we have superstars from the European, Oceanian, and Asian regions. There's very special guests for this event. I would ask Ian Williams for his comment on how he thinks about the World Cup to be held in Japan. It's a new era, isn't it?
32 years for the first World Cup to be in Asia. But I think it's going to be the best World Cup ever and a chance for Japan to reach out for the world, both in 2019 and 2020.
これはラグビーがここまで世界的に発展したというようなことで32年がかりでこのような形になったというふうに言えると思います。これまでにない素晴らしいワールドカップになるでしょうし、また2019年は日本にとっても大いに挑んでいく、また結果を残していく、そういったワールドカップになるのではないでしょうか。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to ask Shane Williams. You have experience in playing Japan too. So what are you looking for specifically for the World Cup to be played in Japan?
Well, again, it's a chance for Japan to put themselves on the world map again. We saw it in the last World Cup when they beat South Africa and very nearly got to the quarter-final stages. It's a chance for them now to do it in their own country. I'm really looking forward to it. I know you're a very proud nation and a very good rugby team, and I look forward to that.
これはまた日本が世界の舞台でまた改めて挑む機会になるというふうに思います。前回のラグビーワールドカップでは非常に準々決勝に近いような立場に勝ち上がりまして、南アフリカを破るというようなことで非常にその準々決勝に近いところまで来たわけですけれども、それを今度は日本で実現していく、そして日本のチームに対して誇りに思えるようなそういったような機会になるというふうに思います。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. And Goro Omaru. In the waiting room, you were saying that you still can't believe that this is happening in Japan. Well, yes. World Cup in Japan. This is a big wow. It's a very good opportunity for us, and we hope that we'll create results worthy of this opportunity. So, when you finally know who and when, don't you get more excited? Yes, I'm from Kyushu area. I live in Shizuoka now, and these are places that I'm very familiar with, and fans will be able to see such a great matches in their local stadiums. And Takayama, you said that you'll be wearing the Japanese flag. Yes, on this weekend we have a test against Australia in Yokohama. And in 2 years later, to make that very successful, this match against Australia will be a very important one. And this time, as one of the fans, but I want to be part of it in spirit and work towards the success 2 years later at the World Cup. So later, maybe we will want to hear from you about the Australian match that you're playing on the 4th of November. So let's look at each pool, and first starting the first top two will go to the best 8. So looking at Pool A, obviously Japan is in this pool. There's 2 teams that we still don't know of from Europe. We think Europe 1 will be Romania, and Europe Oceania playoff 1 will be Samoa. That's what our wild guess. Romania and Samoa. This is not a lucky contender for Japan. And apart from Romania, there's another one. Sorry, we already said that Samoa would be the Europe Oceania playoff 1, most probably. So in the last World Cup, at the first match, you beat South Africa. Now, you may be playing against Romania, but I think the first match is very important for the team. Yes, we still don't know if it's really going to be Romania, but for the success of the World Cup and for Japan national team to play well, I think the first match will become very important. So winning the first match wouldn't guarantee anything about the rest of the matches, but there will be 4 tough matches. So in order to fight through these 4 matches, I think the result of the first match is very important. Well, you do have 1 week in between the matches, right? Yes. Last time we played against Scotland after a 4-day break, but it was pretty tough. So when we have 1 week, This is sort of a schedule that a lot of Japanese players are familiar with, so I think we'll be able to recover and having good condition to play. So last World Cup, right after the tough match against South Africa, in just 4 days, you had to fight against another team. Well, we knew about the schedule from the beginning, and we really had to. We played test matches based on that schedule, but there's a hard contact and a lot of fatigue. Was more than we ever imagined. But when we look at Japan's matches and the dates, the final contendant is the Scotland. Yes, we just said that the first match there is a lot of pressure and it's going to be very important. So first we want to leave a good result in the first match and fight through to the last match, which is Scotland, and try to work out our revenge against them. So, Mr. Takei, there are 2 active players. Do you have any questions? Yes, maybe we already asked this question to them, but in Pool A, there's Ireland, Scotland, and a strong team from Europe. What is the important point to move up from this pool? Mr. Hatakeyama? Yes, Ireland, Scotland, and European team. These teams are good at set pieces. That's my impression, at least. So, scrum line out, set piece, and breakdown. We really need to be careful in our tactics, and we need to be very tough in order to fight against these very skilled teams. Getting too much pressure here will make the World Cup tougher for Japan national team. How about you, Goromaru? Yes, I think the set piece. How much we can fight against the European team with our scrum and against Samoa. I think set pieces, scrum will be very important. And these are the key to win against these tough teams. How about Shane Williams? Can you talk a little bit about Japan national team and also about some of the matches that you're looking forward to in the Pool A?
I think it's a very exciting pool. One game that definitely springs out is Japan-Scotland. It's the final game of the pool stage.
非常に楽しみな試合がたくさんありますけれども、一番やはり目に入るのが一番最後の日本対スコットランド戦です。
And after the last World Cup, I'm sure that Japan will want to beat Scotland this time so that they can get to the quarterfinals.
今回こそスコットランドを破って、そして準々決勝に進んでいただきたいと思います。
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Murakami, looking at Pool A, what do you say? Yes, I think for Japan, the first match is everything. We need to win this match and gain momentum to move forward. It is in Tokyo, Shizuoka, and Toyota. These are the places where the Japan team will be playing. And we're hoping that a lot of different fans from different areas will come to cheer for the team. Now let's look at Pool B. So Pool B, the important match is New Zealand and New Zealand match. But Ian, being from New Zealand, can you talk about this match?
To be honest, that looks like it might be the decision between who's first and second. But that'll have a big impact on what other teams will be wanting to do, probably to avoid the New Zealand All Blacks in a quarter-final or a semi-final. So a fantastic start to the pool.
これも非常に楽しみな一番最初の組み合わせになります。どちらが1位になるか2位になるかというような対戦になるかとは思いますけれども、その他のプールの代表チームがどういうような戦いをしてニュージーランドあるいは南アフリカが準々決勝、準決勝に行くことを阻むかというところになるかと思います。
Mr. Murakami, these two are the favorites, right? Yes. What I'm looking forward to is at the quarterfinal, Pool A's first, and we'll be playing against Pool B's second team. So either of those strong teams will be playing against the winner of Pool A. So we know the combination of the teams will be playing in the quarterfinals already, so we need to see how each pool goes. Now let's go to Pool C. We call this death pool. And our former Japan coach, Eddie Jones, is now coaching England. So Shane, so how is Eddie's England doing now?
England are very strong at the moment. They're probably one of the best international teams. They have great strength in depth, a lot of superstars in the team, and Eddie Jones has certainly worked his magic with the whole squad.
イングランドは非常に強いチームで世界のチームの中でもベストなチームの一つではないでしょうか。層が厚いようなチームで特にスーパースターも多いですし、またエディさんのマジックっていうところも見られるのではないかと思います。
But this is a very physical group. Whoever progresses from this group will certainly know that they've been involved in some very tough matches, and sometimes that's very difficult moving on. But it's a very tough group, and any two teams could go through.
非常にそのフィジカルな試合が多くなるようなそういったプールだというふうに思いますけれども、これは勝ち抜くのも非常に厳しいですし、また勝ち上がってもまた厳しいというような試合になるでしょう。
So, Mr. Hatakeyama, we heard the word Eddie Magic now. So, how do you think England will do? Yes, in Pool C, I think they are the favorite to move up to the knockout stage. Compared to Pool A and B, they already know who they're playing against, and they have time to plan this, and they already starting collecting and analyzing the information. And looking at the stadiums, I think they have to travel by airplane a lot. In Argentina, there's less traveling for them. So those traveling conditions, maybe it will be hard to keep the motivation up depending on these traveling plans. But they need to really start planning now for this. So Gorogam, you're playing in Turon in France. The France is in this pool too. Yes, France is a very strong scrum team. First scrum is I'm looking forward to it, and then also England. They have to play the second match after 3 days after their first match. So I'm personally very interested in how they'll do. Mr. Murakami? Yes, Eddie Jones. They're also collecting information on Sapporo, city of Sapporo. If Japan moves up to the knockout stage in the first and move out to wins over, maybe we will have a chance to play against England. So that's one thing that we really want to look forward to. So let's look at Pool D. There's Australia and Wales are the favorites. So we have two players from those teams. So let's ask them. Ian? Wales is very strong, but they have never won against Australia. There's a very close matches always, and I think Australia has a great confidence over Wales. And just 2 weeks ago, Australia won against All Blacks, New Zealand. So I think they have a lot of momentum and motivation, and they will have a will to win. Shane, how about you?
I think Australia will be the tougher side. They've got a lot of confidence at the moment, just beaten New Zealand. I think the last time Wales beat Australia, I was actually playing, so that was a long time ago. But I'm looking forward to that. Also, Fiji will be very difficult for Wales, and unfortunately, I've lost to Fiji in the World Cup before as well, so I'll be a little bit wary of the Wales-Fiji game.
オーストラリアが一番やはり厳しい対戦相手になるというふうに思います。また今、オーストラリアはニュージーランドを破った後ということで自信も持っていることでしょう。またフィジーも油断してはいけないというふうに思っています。ワールドカップでフィジーと対戦した時、ちょうど私もプレーしていたんですけれども、その時にはやはりフィジーに敗れました。
So Wales are playing in the same pool as Fiji for the 4 World Cups in a row. So this is a very distinct arch rivals. So Hatakeyama, Mr. Hatakeyama, you're from Kisenuma in Miyagi Prefecture. Yes, Kamaishi is known as a very cold area in Japan, and Fiji from the tropical area is coming to this cold land. And we have played against Fiji many times, and they're great players. And I think people in the Tohoku area will be charmed with them, and they have always been a great, or they've always shown a great performance at World Cup. So they are sure to really excite the fans, and I'm really looking forward to watching some of the Fiji matches as well. And Goromaru, you belong to a team in Fukuoka, but you're from Kyushu, and as in Kyushu, there's a lot of rugby playing population, and a lot of kids already play rugby in that area. And it's great that this is one of the host cities where the World Cup match is going to be played. And I think we want to be able to influence the kids to want to be a player like us someday. Yes, it's very important to note that rugby matches can be are going to be played all over Japan. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it is for the players too. And I think every player, especially on Japan national team, will feel like this is a one-in-a-lifetime chance to be able to play in the homeland. So finally, we know who and when and where the teams will be playing. And day after tomorrow, on November 4th, in the International Stadium Yokohama, there will be a match, a test, Japan versus Australia. So Australia is a very tough, well, they beat All Blacks, so they must be in a very, very good condition now. And I think it's a very good a team for Japan national team to really try their best against. So can we ask everyone else about this match? How about Ian? How do you see this match? I think Australia will win, but as much as possible, I want it to be a very close match. For the rugby fans in Japan, I hope this will be a good match and that Japan will show a great performance on that day. Thank you very much. And Shane, I think you know a lot of good parts about Japan. Can you give a comment on the coming match against Australia?
Well, the Japanese team are very structured, they're very disciplined in everything they do. And that's why they were so successful in 2015. I'm looking forward to the game on the weekend against Australia. I hope Japan give them a real tough game because Wales play them the week after, and I hope they're really tired.
日本は非常にストラクチャーのある規律のあるチームだと思います。だからこそ2015年はあれだけの活躍をしたというふうに思います。今週末のオーストラリア戦は非常に楽しみにしております。そしてぜひ日本のチームに食らいついてもらって、そして厳しい試合をしてもらえたらというふうに思います。と言いますのも、翌週、今度オーストラリアがウェールズと対戦するというような形になっていますので、ぜひ日本にも頑張ってもらいたいと思います。
ありがとうございます。さあ、そして五郎丸選手。
Thank you. And you play as a Japan match against Japan against for the Japan national team last week. Can you tell us about how you are doing? Our opponent was a very tough team, and we're trying to fix the system now with a new formation, and we want to listen to our coaches, trust them, and play as one whole team. And Mr. Hatakeyama? Yes. Yes, I played as a Japan national team before, but I never really played against Australia myself, so I want to be able to experience playing against this world level team. One thing is that I want all the players to be able to experience a lot. And there's a lot of Australian players or players related to Australia on my club team as well. So I will contact them and ask about how we can think of a tactics to win against Australia. All right, thank you. Okay, we want to be here forever. Well, we cannot be forever, so we want to end this talk session now. Thank you, everybody. So November 4th, that's the test day for the Japan versus Australia. And this also is a stadium where the final match will play 2 years later for the Rugby World Cup 2019. And kickoff is at 2:40 in the afternoon. So please come to the stadium and cheer for our team. Thank you very much. So we'd like to say thank you to our special guests, Ian Williams, Shane Williams, Ayumu Goromaru, and Kensuke Hatakeyama. Thank you very much for your participation today. So there is one announcement today. Following this match schedule announcement, we'll be announcing the ticketing information, but I want to give a glimpse of that information right now. So Mr. Yano. So ticket sales will start on January 19, 2018 with a priority lottery sales. And on January 27, 2018, there'll be international sales, lottery sales around the world. And in order to allow everybody to enjoy the World Cup as much as possible, ticket prices start from 2019 yen, and we also have children's tickets at the price of 1,000 yen. And there should be a lot of people who want to watch all matches play in their hometown or watch all the matches of their favorite team. We do have some set tickets. This is to watch all the pool matches at the stadium. It's a venue pack. And we also have a set tickets of a team pack, so you'll be able to watch all of the games played by your favorite team during the pool round. And these will be sold starting January 19th on 2018. The first sales phase will be the lottery sales. You will need to register to the ticketing information to be able to apply and purchase tickets. So please access our site now and make your registration now. So this is a partial information on ticketing. A lot of information will be on our official ticketing site.
So to conclude, we have the President and CEO of the Rugby World Cup 2019 Organizing Committee, Mr. Akira Shimazu, to say some closing remarks. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today for the announcement of the match schedule for Rugby World Cup 2019. I'd like to thank Chairman Bill Beaumont of World Rugby, as well as many people from the media for joining us today. And so we can imagine how there's going to be very heated and enthusiastic games in all of the stadiums that we have in Japan. And I think that there will be many spectators who enjoy rugby games, and I can just imagine the smiles on the faces of many children who will be supporting the world of rugby in the future. And so for everyone in Japan as well as from the entire world, you can start planning now as to where and when you will be watching these matches. And so you can start your preparations. It's just 2 years from now. We now have the matches schedule. And so I know that there will also be camps held throughout Japan, and preparations will be made to welcome the team camps. What we need to do is to make sure that we prepare a very safe environment for all the top teams from all over the world, and so that they can enjoy the best matches in the world. As Mr. Beaumont mentioned, the England game in 2015, or the World Cup in 2015 in England, there had been a world-breaking games because there had been a lot of spectators there. And so now in 2019, we are going to be competing perhaps not in the scale of the games, but in the content and quality of the matches that are going to be played. And so we hope that this is going to be the best World Cup games. And this is going to be the first ever in Asia. And we are not a country which is a traditional rugby nation, but we believe that we'll be able to then extend and expand the horizon for the countries all over the world to then further promote rugby. I think we do have the World Cup vision of connect, create, and go forward. That is a motto for the tournament, and we hope that we'll be able to have a celebration of rugby fans and supporters, something that no one has ever experienced in the world, for the bright future of rugby. So let us step forward together for this very bright future. This is my concluding remark, and thank you very much for your participation today. Mr. Shimazu, thank you very much for your speech. So, Ms. Sugiyama, it's going to really happen in just 2 years' time. We will have the World Cup tournament here in Japan, and 2 years will go by very quickly. And so I'm so excited. And so let us listen to people, Mr. Yano and Murakami. And so these matches are going to be held throughout the country. And so I think you'll be able to go either to the stadium, or perhaps you'd like to participate in the position of volunteers. For those of you who are major supporters of rugby, let us create a stronger scrum so that we will be able to support and assist the success of the tournament. And so this Rugby World Cup is held once every 4 years, and the 50-member rugby, everybody is aiming toward that World Cup every 4 years. And so we hope that all the teams will come here in the best of conditions. And so 2019, September 20th is when we are going to be starting the World Cup. Try to imagine whom you will be watching these games at that time. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And so we hope to step forward together with the hope of meeting in 2019. Let us all meet in 2019, in 2 years' time. Thank you very much for your interest and participation today.